All right. Welcome to Uptown Networking. Let's try that again. Welcome to Uptown Networking. So first of all, give it up to Matt and Michelle Sherritt for putting together another great event. Yeah? Thank you. We're here again at CoCo and Blue with the Northwest Business Networking Group, among a ton of new faces. It's great to see you all here as well. So let's just give it up for yourselves for being here on a Wednesday night. Yeah? Could be in bed watching Netflix. They're making good shows again. Tiger King? That was an old one. Yeah. Well, anyway, this is Uptown Networking. We're here to give some of you a chance to present your business to everyone at the event, as well as our growing online audience. And when I say online audience, please follow Uptown Networking Show on Instagram and Uptown Networking on YouTube, because as you'll see, the online audience is very much a work in progress. But the value that I've heard from people coming up here and presenting their business to everybody at the event all at once is extraordinary, and I am excited to just connect you all more with each other and get to know you all more myself. So thank you all for your time. And this is an awesome in-person turnout every month. So many of you tossed your name in the tub here, and we'll start drawing soon. But first, I'm very excited to announce my co-host for tonight's show. So Dave LoSavio, he is a real estate agent, but there's so much more to him than that. Just one of the best people to know if you're anywhere near Arlington Heights. He's a community organizer, powerful and inspirational voice on social media, and just somebody who's going to pick you up if you are lucky enough to talk to him in person too. He was the co-host of our first ever recorded episode here at CoCo. Yeah. We've come a long way since there. So let's hear it for my friend, Dave LoSavio. All right. You can have that one for now. But
thank you, Austin, and thanks for everyone coming out on a Wednesday night to fabulous CoCo and Blue. I want to give a shout out to our baristas, especially Katrina over there. She's super cool to be working tonight, so give a round of applause for Katrina right there.
Thank you,
there
Katrina.
She is. Look at that smile. Yeah. So CoCo and Blue was established in 2019 as a local coffee shop and coffee. And the owners have been longtime residents here. In fact, Michael owns the flower shop right around the corner called the Eiffel Flower. Good name, Marketing with Morgan, Eiffel Flower. And what was great about CoCo is when the pandemic hit, they were like a sanctuary in downtown Arlington Heights for us to come to. Even though we could only come here for 30 seconds, get our coffee and leave, they were just a sanctuary. But then they kept reopening. They kept providing a space for us, and now they've grown into this massive business and really the hot spot of downtown Arlington Heights. So thank you all for being here at CoCo and Blue. And I'm excited about the pitch contest because this just gives an opportunity for us to share our business and share our gifts with the world and remind people like why we're getting out of bed every morning. Josh had a great story the last time, right? Jason had a great story the last time, right?
We remember the story.
Yeah. That's right. So thank you all for being here, and
the Halloween lighting does make it hard to read the name tag.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I could not read any. I prepared before for the first time, and I couldn't read any of this. So just winging it next time. But yeah, great decorations from CoCo and Blue. Yeah, that's the way. That's okay. We're all good. So without further ado, let's get to drawing the first name. When we draw your name, we're going to give you 60 seconds to come up here, talk about your business, yourself, what you do, what you're looking to do, whatever you want. The stage is yours for 60 seconds. And then after that, you're going to be a live guest on our show where we're going to ask you a couple of questions. And that's not all. when the winners are drawn here, you're going to get a free drink ticket to grab another beverage from our amazing baristas over there. So, Dave, if you would do the honors. First name. Stop peeking. Ooh, Irish Eye Design. Aurelie Gallagher. Irish Eyes Design. I love that. Very cool card. And to them, this one. That's for her. Thank you.
Hi there.
Arlie, good to see you.
All right, when I got here tonight, I said I'm going to put my card in the tub for the first time, even though I've been to more than one of these. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to win. So take that, universe.
World support. Take that, universe.
I am a graphic designer. I own Irish Eyes Design, and I love to do logo design, and then anything that kind of goes along with that. I do Squarespace websites. I do one-sheets, postcards, catalogs, all the things that need to be designed, not in Canva. But if you do it in Canva, that's fine. Right now I'm teaching part-time graphic design to high school kids, and I said, even if you do your, slides in Google, if you know the principles of design and the elements of art, like, everything will be better. So I look at the world through, there's always room for improvement, good and bad. I like to see the good things, but I like to say, oh, I could fix that. I wish they hired me. So there you go.
Amazing. Thank you so much. What do you hate so much about Canva?
I'm just an Adobe purist. I've been a Mac person since day one, and the thing I like least about Canva is when you can tell it was designed in Canva. So, and as much as I love empowering other people to do their things, sometimes I want them to hire a designer who knows what she's doing.
Thank you.
That makes sense.
It does make sense.
Tell us tell us a brief story of who your favorite client was to work with in the last year.
Oh.
Like, what really lit you up?
I love a new logo project. So whether it is a redesign or just a tweak to make it better, my logo even is always evolving. So can I pick just one? No. In the last year? I mean, I'm going to say Ragu.
Can you give me any logo recommendations right up front? What would you change?
You did Ragu's logo?
I did not do his logo. I did his one sheet.
Ah.
Yeah.
Solid? Is it
It's-
solid? No
it's
notes?
good.
No notes?
I mean, it tells you what you're doing. It's good.
Okay. More, yeah. Thank you. I feel good about that. I guess my last question would be, with AI coming into the design space, are you embracing that, or are you like a purist trying to design things by hand still? I know it's a struggle to get your designs right when you're asking ChatGPT to do it and then having them, they can't really edit exactly right.
Sure.
So where do you see the industry going with that, and how are you utilizing AI with your designs?
There's a joke among designers that AI will not take over graphic design because no one gets the brief right on the first try. So that's in our favor. I think if I was dealing more with photography, there would probably be more integration of AI into what I do. But for right now, I haven't embraced it. All my ideas come from up here, and I don't try to regurgitate anything. Back in the day, I did some like 99 designs contests, and the first one I did, like tonight, I won that one. And then I was like, oh, I'll do it again. And I got to the second place, and you do the same amount of work, and you get no payout. And then when you go and look at what people are doing, they're just like throwing stuff out there, trying to see if somebody will buy it, and get on board. Whereas when I do it, I want to talk to you and I want to figure out who you want to be. That's the beauty of logo design, is that if you can get to, like, if your logo embodies what you do and how you do it, and maybe the downside of your logo is doesn't have enough energy because it's about networking, so maybe it needs to have a little bit more fun to it.
Yeah, and AI is not quite there yet, but
No, not yet.
thank you for the answer.
Yeah.
And as Maze, Irish Eyes Design, I take it you're Irish.
I am.
Amazing. Aurelie.
Orly.
Gallagher. It is such a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for your story, and please enjoy another drink.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, Orly, thank you.
too close together. All right, Rapid. Michael Eisenwasser, co-founder and CPO of Rapid.Cloud.
I got it.
CPO, Chief Product
All right,
Officer.
Magic Mike.
Thank you.
Magic Mike gets on the mic.
My first time here, and I won.
Tell us about Rapid.
Sure. So my name is Michael Eisenwasser. I'm an entrepreneur, a business owner, and Rapid is a super high performance web host for WordPress. So anyone who's familiar with WordPress websites, if you have a WordPress website that has difficulty hosting your WordPress site because it uses a lot of resources and you have performance issues, Rapid is extremely powerful and fast WordPress hosting. And CPO is Chief Product Officer. I manage the product, I manage the development team.
How did you found this? You and a couple co-founders?
I have a co-founder. We've been in the WordPress industry for 15 years. My previous company, which was actually just acquired earlier this year, is a social net. We basically build a product that allows you to have a white labeled social network on WordPress, which is extremely difficult to host. And so we built Rapid as a hosting solution for those customers who are having a lot of trouble finding adequate hosting.
And I think we have a lot of small business owners or aspiring ones that are very curious about the acquisition process. Can you give like a brief overview of what that was like for you?
It was the most horrible experience ever.
Really?
It was really awesome when it was done, but it was so stressful because throughout that process, you don't know if it's actually going to close until the day you sign it.
Right.
And so for months of my life, I mean, all I was doing was working with lawyers and trying to close it, and it was so stressful because you don't know what's actually going to happen. But the process for me, the buyer had actually tried to buy us for like 3 years, had contacted us multiple times. And after we launched Rapid and we had really fast growth with Rapid, we were ready to sell. And so we reached out to the buyer. And the process is basically, it's going to be pretty similar for most acquisitions. The buyer, the first thing they do is they send you a term sheet, which outlines, it's like a mini contract. And you and your lawyers look at the term sheet and agree to the terms, and that term sheet sets kind of the precedent for all the rest of the negotiation. So they have a term sheet that has a price in it, and the next phase is due diligence, where you spend some time and put together all the documentation showing proof of your revenue, your expenses, everything, and they look through it with their lawyers and their accountants and make sure it's all accurate. After they do the due diligence, they might adjust how much the purchase price is. And then they give you a purchase agreement.
Or
they'll try to. And then they give you a purchase agreement, which is like a massive contract. And you work with your attorneys, and they're trying to protect you, and the buyer is trying to not protect you. Well, it depends if they're, basically everyone's trying to protect themselves.
Right.
And you hash that out until you get the purchase agreement to a point where you both agree, and then you sign it, and then it's done, and then you've sold your company.
That's amazing. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Michael, we all know how important it is to surround ourselves with the right people, and especially in business if you're going to get a partner.
Yeah.
Michael, tell the audience how you found your partner in business.
So you know the answer. I think that's why you're asking. I met him about 12 years ago or so, or I think about 12 years ago. And I met him by, I was hiring a developer, and I posted an ad on Craigslist. So this is a very dated, I would never do that now. This is a very dated story. I found him on Craigslist, and he applied and was working for me, but he was an entrepreneur at heart and was like the total hustler. Like the guy works his butt off like constantly, and he was able to provide a lot more value to me than just being an employee, and eventually we partnered. Yeah.
Go Craigslist.
Yeah.
Is anyone looking for a roommate?
Rob, those developers.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah.
Mike, I feel like you got another side to you. Outside of work, business, entrepreneurship, what's the most interesting thing about you?
Oh, I don't know. I love to travel. I've been all over the world. I constantly am traveling. I like skiing. I like playing tennis, playing hockey. I think the most interesting thing, if you really get to know me, is the amount of traveling I've done and how networked I am around the, like both this company and my previous company, we have pretty big staff, and they're all around the world. They're in India, they're in the Philippines, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and my partner and I travel all the time to those countries and hire. So I've experienced a lot in my life. Yeah.
You've traveled. I have a team in the Philippines, like 8 people that I've been considering like seeing in person eventually. So
Yeah.
you've gone to the Philippines and met
Many
with them in
times.
person?
Yeah.
Is that a very valuable experience for a remote team? 'Cause
Oh yeah. If you have a remote team, when you meet them in person, it's not, you're not there to talk business. You take them all out for dinner,
Right.
you go hang out, and you just become friends. After you've all met and you go back home, the relationship is so much stronger. So we try to find excuses to meet with everybody every so often. And you can't, we have people in Europe and stuff too, so you can't always meet with everybody at the same time. But we'll find networking events that are in Asia or in Europe or whatever, and whoever can come, we make an excuse out of it to get everyone together. And we do that every so often. COVID slowed it down a lot, but then we started doing it again after. And yeah, I mean, there are people in Rapid who have worked for us for 10, 11 years, who worked at my previous company, and they're loyal. They keep staying with us because we're friends with them.
Very interesting. Yeah, like I've had the same 7 or so people for the past 4 years, and they are increasingly loyal. They're amazing, continue to exceed expectations. So just a note for anybody in entrepreneurship, I think the first hire should always be like a virtual assistant. They will blow you away, and they are affordable, and you can really make a difference in their lives too. They're great people to work with. So
For sure.
awesome. Michael, thank you so much. And learn more about rapid.cloud. It is a web hosting platform focused on WordPress.
Correct. Yep.
Amazing. Thank you so much, man.
All right,
Awesome.
Michael.
Thanks so much.
Have another drink. You earned it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Alright. Give us a good one. God.
I didn't look.
It's Ragu.
Oh, Raghu!
Yeah.
Oh, I've been trying to pull him for months. This is the most interesting man at any networking event. Raghu Sundara, networking coach with Always Be Connecting, his own company, which I'll tell you all about and more, or maybe just you talk about whatever you want.
Yeah.
Ragu.
Right up there.
Well, thank you. This is my 5th or 6th event here. I love this event. So I'm a networking coach. I help people be the live version of LinkedIn. Everybody cares about SEO, and SEO is great. You need to be found in the air. There's FedEx Air, but there's also FedEx Ground. I'm FedEx Ground. I help people build relationships. So I do it in 3 phases. I do workshops called Confidence for Connectors in conjunction with Dr. Michelle Morkert, who is a women's leadership coach. She focuses on inner critic and imposter syndrome. I talk about strategies of networking, conversation navigation, and the art of collaboration. How do you collaborate with your competition with a giving mindset? How are you more than your occupation to people? And so that's what I focus on. It's one phase. The next phase is workshops or referral groups and masterminds. So I do those. That's what I go deep on. And then my 3rd phase is the individual coaching. I help nonprofits and for-profits build power partnerships. How do you turn your vendors into partners? How do you collaborate with people constantly and be more and stronger together? And so that's what I take pride in doing. I've been doing it for 3 years. I've helped out over 50 businesses. And I started as an insurance agent about 6 years ago. And I always wanted to be a connector who happened to own an insurance agency. And so I did about 1,000 meetups with people over the first 3 years. And I fell into this company called Always Be Connecting that I started because the name was available and the logo cost $100. Because if it sucked, I would just shut it down. But it didn't suck. So I'm just going to keep going.
We turned those off because they were getting a little squeaky there for a second. But that was amazing. Thank you so much. I really resonated with what you said, a connector who happens to own an insurance company. Like, that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. Never be defined by your work. It's just kind of a means to an end, but what you're actually trying to do is add value to everybody around you. And have you read the Go-Giver book? I feel like you are a walking Go-Giver.
So that was my, like, before I started Always Be Connecting, I gave a talk called Always Be Connecting, and in that presentation, the first thing I talked about was how do you provide more in value than you collect in payment. And I put the Go-Giver book up there. And that's really what I preach, is be more than the occupation of people.
I hear it.
And then be ready to receive too. When somebody says how your day is going or how your week is going, don't say you're busy. Tell them what you're busy with. Tell them the 3 people that you helped out this week and why you helped them out. The why, the Simon Sinek. Find your why, and that's what I'm about. So, you were at the presentation. Actually, Dave recorded that Coffee and Contacts at Schaumburg Business Association back in 2021. Yeah. And you did it. I still have it on my laptop, so I really appreciate it. Dave, you've been a big support for me from the beginning, and an inspiration, so I really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, Raghu. Raghu is really the live version of LinkedIn, and there are, when I see him at networking events, and he's always just challenging people to ask mindful questions and be present and really listen to what people are saying and don't get their names wrong when they throw them out, right? I know. The point is, like, he's the real deal, and to be able to turn something like, who has like a stack of business cards just sitting on their desk and they haven't called or talked to any of these people and they're all over the place? Like, this guy actually takes the art and connects it with the science and systems to actually like put it down on the pavement and be efficient, because you're not going to be everything to everybody. Not everybody's going to like you, but he shows you how to be the authentic self and who you're really going to connect with, and just not to worry about the other people. It doesn't mean they're bad or good, it just means you do your thing. He has personally saved me tens of thousands of dollars just by teaching me like 2 or 3 different things that I've implemented, and it's made a huge difference in my business. So Raghu just always gives, and he's definitely the guy to know.
Raghu, what's the best way for people to connect with you or learn more about you or join one of your masterminds?
Yeah, so you go to my website, and all my upcoming events are on there. The Confidence for Connectors is on there. I update my website 3 times a week. It helps with SEO, so it's a beautiful thing. So I'm a text away. You can always text me, and I love to connect with people and really find out what they're about. So I'm really, even no matter how busy I get, sometimes I do missed emails, but I like to separate, because everyone gets 80 emails a day, but if you text people, and I just put this quote up there the other day, but you got to earn the right to text somebody. Earn the right. But so whatever that takes a one-on-one, and you got that time with them, and you learn about their why, and they're comfortable enough to give you their cell, you earn the right to text them. So I'm comfortable with people texting me if there's a why behind it, there's a good agenda behind it, and what are we doing? So that's what I'm about. So text or go to my website and you contact me. I always follow up with everyone in a timely manner. I try to, but I love doing what I do.
All right, any final words? All set?
I just love this event.
I interrupted you when you were about to say something before. That's why I wanted to ask.
No. I think that this is an awesome event. I love what you guys are doing here, and you guys have always been welcoming, and that's what this atmosphere is about from the beginning. And so I just love what you guys do. So I really appreciate the opportunity to do this, and so thank you so much.
Thank you, and we appreciate you, Raghu.
Thanks, Raghu.
I sincerely hope I earn the right to to text you? Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks, Raghu.
Appreciate it.
All right, we have one ticket left. Thank you all for bearing with us. Let's end on a big one. No peeking, no cheating.
I really didn't.
I know. That was lucky. It's the magic of the tub. Anything can happen. Jeremy Rose from Loan Depot. All right.
Jeremy Rose.
Best dress.
Yo.
I was tricked.
Jeremy Rose.
I've been tricked to be here tonight. No, not really.
It all
I'm like
happens
happy
for
to
a
be here.
reason.
Yeah, it's all good to be here. What's up?
How you doing, Jeremy?
I'm great. Happy to be here.
Do you want to tell us all? I'll tell you what. You have 60 seconds. You can talk about Loan Depot. You can talk about anything you
I'm
want.
gonna talk about me.
Talk about you.
Loan Depot is just a company.
That's exactly. That's
yeah.
what Raghu was saying.
Yeah. So.
Please join us.
So I've been in the mortgage industry for 31 years. Loan Depot is just a company that I do loans through at this point. But my goal is to help really first-time home buyers figure out how to purchase homes because a lot of people don't think they have the good credit or they have enough money to make shit happen. We just figure out ways to make it come together and make people happy in home ownership. It's really what we do. Yeah.
Amazing.
You have a question? You have questions, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, great.
we do, Jeremy.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Was business booming before 2008?
Actually, you know what? The financial crisis before 2008 was great, but even after 2008, business was good. It's kind of weird because a lot of people who were self-employed had trouble in obtaining loans, but business was still good 2008, 2009, 2010 during the financial crisis. It was a good time. Yeah.
Dave, what do you have?
Come on, Dave.
So about the first-time home buyers.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the reaction and just the feeling that first-time home buyers get. They're scared, right? They don't know what they're doing. There's a lot to sign. They're looking at the numbers, but when there's that little tipping point moment where they start to get it and they feel more comfortable, how do you get them to that place?
Yeah. I mean, even today, I had a great conversation with somebody who's a first-time home buyer. They really thought that there was no opportunity for them to buy. They didn't think they had enough money. They did have enough money. They didn't think their credit was good enough. It was good enough. And the big thing was that we actually had some money available to help them purchase a home, up to $9,000. And that was what pushed them over the top. When they realized that their money they worked so hard to save in order to buy a home, they didn't have to use all of it. We were able to give them money to make it happen. That was really a big thing. And I mean, they're super happy. They're excited now to go look for a home because they didn't understand all these possibilities. Not that they couldn't have done it with their own funds solely in this situation, but knowing that they could keep some money in pocket was huge for them, to make them feel comfortable, to help them, that they know that they can sleep at night, not worried about what's going to happen when the next payment comes due. They have money in the bank still. That's good stuff.
I'm sure that's a beautiful feeling, and thank you for sharing with us.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate you sitting down with us. I haven't even thought about that before. It makes so much sense.
What's that? I'm sitting down
Yeah,
with
it
you?
makes so much sense.
Well, I wasn't going to stand above you. We're all equals here.
We're all here.
Yeah.
Feels like a podcast now. I guess with that in mind, outside of loans, helping people buy their first house, is there any special skills or talents or an interesting story that you can share with us about yourself, Jeremy?
Well, I mean, about myself, I'm a father, and I love my children, and I want to always do well by them, but more so when it comes to business too, I just want to do well for people. I don't want to take people down the wrong path. I want people to be happy and not worry about things. Making people feel comfortable in decisions about home ownership. I think is important because that's their opportunity to build wealth that sometimes people don't think about in this world. And it's really important. Like anything I can do to help people feel, more confident in themselves and be able to grow financially, I think is really important. I mean, with clients of mine or my kids. Absolutely.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Are you Arlington Heights native or
I
local?
live actually in Oak Park,
Oak Park,
but
not too far.
I lend all over Illinois, and I actually am licensed in 8 states.
You seem knowledgeable of the housing industry, and I'm just curious if you're familiar with Arlington Heights. How do the Bears news, rumors, they're moving here, they're not moving here, how does that all affect the housing market?
I don't. Well, I mean,
with that?
I'm not a real estate agent, so I don't feel comfortable in commenting on that.
Fair.
But I still see the Bears staying in Chicago.
Yeah,
and not
you don't
coming.
think they're moving?
I don't think they're going
We
to the
had
racetrack.
ponies. We had ponies.
I
They
actually-
took them away from us.
I enjoyed the racetrack. That was
Right.
like good times. I agree.
We
Yeah,
had
I'm like a little
ponies.
surprised.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hot topic here.
Ponies.
I'm going to say the real estate hype for the Bears coming here is gone.
It's gone.
It was
Yeah,
big.
well, it was like a year ago. It was a big thing.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
We still want the Bears coming here, but the
But
real estate hype
realistically,
is not.
yeah.
Did it crash after they said they're staying in Chicago?
No.
No. People still want to live here.
Okay, good.
Yeah. People
That's
still
great
want to
here.
live
This
here.
is
We're
a
good.
super desirable area to live in. I mean, geez, it's amazing here.
We have CoCo and Blue.
You have CoCo and Blue. We got you guys. I mean, this is amazing here. Absolutely.
Amazing. Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah, you're
Please
welcome.
Have another drink tonight.
All right, peace. Thank you.
Jeremy spoke in class today.
All right.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you again, Michelle, Matt, Northwest Business Network, CoCo and Blue for hosting. This has been another amazing episode of Uptown Networking, and please enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you all so much. All right, we did it.
Those were really good stories
I
that
thought
people
so.
shared. Yeah,
I feel like it was more.
they really shared good stories.
This one was more on like the serious side. It
Yeah.
felt like there wasn't as much singers. I feel like